And then that's just an old seat plate that he decided to save off of a Cub Cadet we bought one time that was basically just trash. It was. Okay, happy Saturday. Another nice day. Still a little cold out here, but I think it's only 50, which to some of you guys that's probably nothing, but it is supposed to be like 70 today, so I just started the little Mr. Buddy. I guess they had it out here working on their little mini bike thing they bought, and I'm trying to get that put together and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I bought some more pieces, bought a nice, easier valve. I think that garden valve I have, it's not, you know, on and off basically. There's no real fine adjustments with it. So hopefully with this ball valve, I can adjust my oil flow a little bit better for that oil burner. And but actually this is gonna be for the bucket. I bought these two pieces here because I have some 1/2-inch copper pipe out back, and I'm gonna use that to come out of the bucket and mount it over there on the wall. And I'm gonna try and get that rigged up so that the next cold spell we have in here, and then like last night, it was pretty cold out here. I think it got down to the 30s, and they were out here working because I got home at like 8 o'clock and they weren't home yet. So they must have came out here and worked last night in the cold because they have the little heater and then they have the Mr. Buddy going, but they never built the fire. And you know, it takes a while for the fire to get going and stuff if you, well, you'd have to go down and get some wood and everything. So I'm hoping to rig this up so that we can, if it gets cold and we want to come out here for a little while, we could just, you know, put a little oil in there, start it up, and then get the dripping going and have an oil burner going and burning then some of that up. We have that whole, you know, 30, or nope, that's a 55-gallon drum, not the 30-gallon. I don't know why I've been thinking that. For all this time I've been saying we've had 30 gallons, but we've got 55 plus those, you know, 7 or 8 and then 2 5-gallon buckets. So we've got a bunch of oil around here we need to burn up. So that's what I'm gonna hope to do, because you know, we only need it a few times. Like today, you'd only need it this morning and then you can just shut it off. So, you know, by 10 o'clock it'll probably be, you know, 60s or whatever, and you're not gonna want any heat out here anyway. Last week it was cold, so every night I wanted something because it was cold all night long. So, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and get this rigged up, and like I said, I'm gonna put another mount over there on the wall right underneath where I store all my long metal, and put a bucket holder there. I'll just use the existing, well actually I might use those white hangers and put 2 of those to put the bucket on and let it drain down there. It'll be, you know, 5 feet away from the stove, so it won't be too hot or anything like that, and that'll work good. The other thing we did was we got a new toy out there. I'll put it on here. So that's what we decided we're gonna use this guy for right here. This Kohler. It's been sitting on my desk, on my workbench here, giving me really no room to work for almost 2 years now. It's a Kohler Magnum 20, and it'll work great. We were gonna put that in the Cushman, but the Cushman just keeps sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting, and it never gets done. So I think we've decided we're gonna go ahead and just sell the Cushman, get rid of it. We have the gas one that got working again, and I'm gonna put a dump bed on it. So we won't need the Cushman. And it was just kind of something fun to have, and I was gonna put stake pockets and build like a little bed area on it. But there's a lot of people out there that want those Cushmans, and somebody will rebuild it and can use it. And I'd rather get rid of it and let somebody have it that's gonna have time to work on it than it sit out there and just continue to rust. So that's what we're gonna do. And then we'll have this nice this nice go-kart with this 20 horsepower motor in it, and that thing will haul butt. It is a full-size adult go-kart. It does kind of look homemade, but it also looks like it, I don't know. We're gonna fix it up though. I'm probably even gonna get some sheet metal and put a floor in it and a few other things. So we're gonna make it pretty nice and hopefully keep it for a long time. Other than that, that's the only 2 things. I'm gonna try and get the Cushman cleaned up so we can get it sold, get it moved around front, and kind of, you know, check it out, make sure there's nothing wrong really with it, get some pictures and get that one gone. Then I probably won't get the motor off this weekend, but I'm hoping to. I'm gonna wait till they're done with their stuff over here, and then I'll pull it in. That way if it gets cold over the next few weeks. Knock on wood, I don't have any cars to work on right now, so I can hopefully finally finish the pallet table, get my oil burner done, get the Cushman gone, and see what they're gonna do with this and get that go-kart in here this weekend. So that'll be the plan. How many things is that? Oil burner, Cushman, go-kart, and pallet table. So that's 4 things, but really the go-kart I'm not doing anything with, so those are my 3, right? Make your list, get things done. It'll help you. And then after that, I'll probably just tinker. Some of these won't take very long, so if I can fit something else in, I'll figure it out. But the pallet table, I still haven't decided exactly how I'm gonna make it. I priced out some 4x3 angle iron because I wanted to cover the sides with angle iron. So I was thinking if I could get some 4" by something, but the only thing to carry that in is 1/4 inch. So we're talking 3, 6, 9 plus legs. So you're probably talking another 10 to 15 feet of 1/4 inch 4x3 angle iron. Thing already weighs about 60 pounds because of all those pallet 2x4s. So it's pretty heavy already. And then you stick that on there and it ain't going nowhere. So I'm gonna rethink that and decide something different for the legs. I've got some stuff over there. Maybe I'll just trim it. I got some 1" angle iron, so I could just kind of make it as a trim. Pick a nice color that would complement the natural stain that I'm gonna leave. And call it good. So I don't know. We'll see what I decide to do with that. I haven't really decided. I could outline it. Maybe I could get some rectangle screws, tubing. You know, that would work because I could probably get that in like real thin gauge and get like a 4" rectangle tube instead of, well, then I might as well just use the 1x4. So anyway, I got some thinking to do on that. So I may just try to add the list to come up with a plan and work on it next weekend. But we'll see. So I guess that's really all. We've got, you know, like I said, the go-kart out there, the stuff they're working on in here. Oil burner, well, not oil burner. I've got that going. I got another part 2 of that coming up. And really it's just finding the right fan. My 6-gallon vacuum is way too much for it. So I'm gonna try and just go get like that. I think I'm gonna get that little bucket. You know, the one that goes on the bucket they got at Home Depot and Lowe's. It's like the Bucket Buddy or something like that. I think that might be the perfect amount of air. But I also have an air mattress blower out in the camper. So I'm gonna try that first too before I go do it. Some people use hair dryers, I guess. So we'll see. I just don't want something that's way too powerful. So I'm gonna see what I've got first, and then that's all I've got to do. I mean, everything else works on it. The modifications I made with the dripping part seems to work. I didn't need to move it up or anything like that. So I got that done, and it seems to work just fine as long as I hold that hose a little ways away. So if I put it right on there, man, it just, it's crazy. So just finding a different air source, and that will work great. Then I can, you know, use it to heat up some metal, and then I'm gonna try and get to that forge and get the bricks. Well, I have the bricks and everything, so it's really just a matter of arranging them in a square and cutting me a green bottle for a crucible, and then I'll try it out, melt some aluminum. Hopefully I can do that in a weekend or 2 coming up. So or maybe over the holiday, Thanksgiving holiday, I may take that Friday off, so that'll give me 4 days to play. So I might try that then. Okay, well, as always, get outside, teach your kids something, just find something to do and play, tinker. If you screw up, you screw up, and you start over the next weekend. So, you know, it's part of learning, right? And we learn from our mistakes and get our ideas from things, just like the pallet table over there. You know what? I put it all together, and then I've changed my mind like 3 times because I haven't decided. So that's what you do, and then you end up, you know, with something like that, and, you know, kind of thinking on their own when they get older, and it's great. So you know, got to start somewhere, and you know, things simple. You know, you may not want to do oil burners with your 7-year-old, but you could definitely do like the horseshoe turkey or something like that. Never too young to mess with that stuff, as long as you teach them, you know, things. So get outside, do something, and enjoy the weekends, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. And this is what you want to see. You know, you teach them when they're young, and they'll know how to do things later on in life. But I was pretty impressed to come out here, and they bought this, him and his friend, they came out here and they've been messing for a couple days now. His friend bought that, and they were checking it out, but they also bought this, and so they're trying to get them together, get this one running. I got this one on Craigslist, and it was pretty old. It had one of these little bitty weed eater motors in it, and I guess it wasn't getting spark. He didn't want to mess with it, so they just went and bought the, you know, $99 one at Harbor Freight or whatever. And then he still had this from the go-kart, the small blue go-kart that we had, the torque converter there. And I'm not sure if he's gonna try and rig this up to it or just go directly to the sprocket. A little worried about your foot placement with that being stuck up there like that, but hey, you know, whatever works, because they had to take that, just like the blue one, we had to take all the air breather and everything off to get it fixed in there. So I guess that's what they did on this one. And then that's just an old seat plate that he decided to save off of a Cub Cadet we bought one time that was basically just trash. It was completely locked up and nothing worked on it. So, but we saved a few parts off of it, and makes a good motor mount, I guess. So, see, thinking for themselves and out here building something. I bet this thing will scoot when it gets going though, because going from that to that, yeah, it'll be fun. We'll wait and see. Hopefully they'll get it finished today. We woke up and looks like the friend spent the night, so they have plans for the day, just like I do. And we'll see how it goes.